Good morning. Oh, I might look half asleep because I have probably only just woken up. It's been a busy weekend and there's no children this morning, and so my husband didn't wake me up and obviously didn't know that I was going to do my live, and I didn't set a timer or alarm because I never ever lay in ever. But there you go, that is the beauty of what I'm going to teach today, which is obviously week one of the 8 limbs of yoga. I taught that yesterday in the garden. Just going to make sure that I always do this every time I get here, my sound, just checking that my Bluetooth wasn't connected to anything. Hot tub is down here, and usually when I come down it connects to the speakers in the hot tub, and then you wouldn't be able to hear me. So first things first, I've checked that and everything is all okay. So yes, I've slept in. So let's keep on track because I do have to go to work today, and I want to make sure that we get this half an hour teaching in, which gives me enough time to get ready for work and head off. So the 8 limbs. We are today in week one, we're concentrating on exploring the yamas. Now, that is often called the social ethics or restraints of yoga. And they're also considered, the 8 limbs are considered, the yamas are considered to be the foundation of the yogic path, guiding us in how we relate to others and the world around us. So I'm just going to allow myself and you a little bit of a moment to arrive. So if, like me, you're still gathering everything together, just take a moment to find your comfortable seated position. Just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath into the belly, ribs and the chest. And then just slowly exhale out. And let's just take 3 more deep, nourishing breaths together. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So that should feel a little bit better. So if you're just joining me, we're just arriving here before we begin with our breath. And so I'm just going to teach you a little bit about what are the yamas. So the word yama translates as restraint or discipline. And just think of it as the roots of a tree. And without strong roots, nothing can flourish. And there are 5 yamas. So I'm just going to pause briefly and do my best to describe them as well, so that you can understand that ethic. So the first is ahimsa, which is non-violence, compassion and kindness. Now if you've brought your journal with you today, you may just consider and jot down what ahimsa means to you. You may just think about this. And where can you think about ahimsa in your daily actions? Where are you kind and compassionate to others? Where do you try and bring that non-violence to yourself and to others? And then you can think of the second one, which is satya, which is truthfulness and honesty. And again here with your reflection of the second yama, where can you be truthful and honest to yourself and to others in your life? And then asteya, the third, which is non-stealing and having respect for what is not yours. So again, just considering a stayer in your life, and where you try and obviously bring those ethics to your life, to that of others. And then the fourth, Brahmahara, which is moderation, balance and wise use of energy. So then we're just going to pause with that one. So how can you find moderation and balance? How are you using your energy? Mine was to obviously have a nice lay-in this morning. And then Apigra, which is non-attachment, if I'm saying that right. But let's concentrate and focus on this yama, which is non-attachment and letting go of grasping or clinging on. So what in your life right now is not serving you, and what can you let go of? So with this teaching, and this is just a short half an hour reflection and teaching of the first 8 limb. These are not rigid rules, but they're invitations, and they're practices that guide us to live with greater awareness, harmony and integrity. And sometimes I find myself, when things are becoming overwhelming or too much, I sort of try and bring my yoga practice into daily life. So we're stepping from the mat and bringing that out off the mat. And sometimes just taking that time to reflect and notice. And this is what comes here. So the practices that guide us to live with greater awareness, harmony, integrity. And notice that these are not only about our action outwardly, but also about our inner world. So for example, ahimsa isn't just about avoiding physical harm, it's also softening harsh self-talk or choosing words that don't cut others down. So just being mindful in all aspects, outside and in. And so although we've just spoken, or I've just spoken about what are those yamas, we're now just going to reflect on those again, just before we warm up the body a little bit to find that gentle movement. So we're just going to take a few quiet moments to reflect. And it may be with these words that I bring to you. And as I teach it, and you listen, and you feel it, you might want to use your journal to put down any words that come up, any thoughts or emotions, anything that you think that you need to release, or areas that you need to consider in your life right now for each of these 5 yamas. So for example, it could be, if I say to you, where in your life can you practice more kindness and honesty or simplicity? What would that look like for you right now? So ahimsa, the non-violence, the compassion and the kindness, where do you want to bring that right now in your life? It could be at home, could be at work, could be with a certain circumstance that you know that you need to have more compassion, kindness and understanding, maybe to yourself, maybe to others. And again, if journaling isn't possible for you right now, it's enough to just let what arises be enough. And then satya, so now that truthful honesty. Are you being truly honest to yourself and that of others? As you sit quietly in this moment and reflect on each of these ethical areas of this first limb. It's not a rigid rule, it's just an invitation to look at where in your life can you be truthful and honest now with satya. for non-violence and compassion and kindness. And we have truthfulness and we have honesty. And then the stayer, the non-stealing, respect for what is not yours. Prakamahara, which is moderation, balance and wise use of energy. So it's making sure that, you know, where you align yourself with what you choose to do is in balance with what you need, what your body needs. Obviously I needed my sleep and I'm happy with that. You know, I've woken up and I'm still here with you because I know that this teaching gives me good energy, but I need to be mindful of staying on track. Being kind to myself. And then Apigara, which is non-attachment and letting go, grasping or clinging. So what is it that you're going to release? What is it that you need to let go of? And it might not happen all in one go, but just an awareness right now of all of those 5 points. So very slowly, once you've journaled, you've just let any thoughts arise here. Just going to slowly warm up the body, and we're just going to do that by slowly inhaling and lifting the chin. Exhaling as we lower the chin. Just become aware of the back line of the neck, front line of the neck as we slowly warm up. Taking slow fluid movements, inhaling and exhaling. You're aware of any tension in the body, so if like me you're doing this on waking, becoming aware of the slow movements and just awakening and opening up. In the back of the neck and the front of the neck, it may be that you've already done some movement today. And this could be a nice meditative practice to slow the body down rather than awaken. Slowly bringing the head back to center line, and this time taking some shoulder shrugs. So just lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, down, round and back. And again, just noticing with the inhales that the spine lengthens, on the exhales, the spine softens. Inhaling in, exhaling out. And then when it feels right to do so, back the other way, inhaling and exhaling. And it may be that you find one direction of the shoulder rolls a little bit easier than the other. And then finding stillness. Now, in your comfortable, easy seat, you may have your legs crossed or you may have your legs long. Doesn't matter which. However, we're just going to place the hands gently on top of the thighs, and we're going to take a seated cat-cow. So we're inhaling the chest forward and rocking forward on our sit bones. And as we exhale, we rock back on our sit bones, round in through the belly, hollow out the belly as you draw your belly button in and dip your chin towards your chest. The gentle rocking forwards, inhaling and back on the exhale. And again, just becoming aware of the open of the chest and the rounding of the shoulders as we exhale back, inhaling forward, exhaling back. You are tilting on your pelvis. Return to the side as we come forward, inhaling, dipping and rounding, and you can hunch your shoulders towards your ears as you exhale out, and then just draw the elbows towards the side of the bodies and glide the shoulders back as you inhale. So that gentle rocking forward and back all the way through the spine, the head, the neck, the shoulders, and again becoming aware of your movements, how slow you need to be. Are you moving really fast and energetically? Just being aware of how you feel inward as opposed to how everything is on the outside. Slowly taking a nice deep breath in, finding length all the way through the spine, sit bones rooted to the earth, taking your left palm to the earth and floating your right hand up overhead. Like you choose to pause here, just reaching over, relaxing into your left elbow, your right shoulder, taking a nice deep breath in, taking some movement of the head and neck just to look down to the earth and up to the sky, and again, gentle massage of the head and the neck, and then become aware of what you need. It may be that you need to float that right arm down and then back over. So some moving here, rather than just holding that reach over. So just do what feels right for you. Again, being kind to yourself, being honest with where you are right now, finding that balance and moderation, that use of energy, just pausing when you feel you need to, and then letting go and floating with the right palm down, left palm floats over to the right side. Again, a moment to pause, becoming aware of being held here. Taking a nice deep breath in, and then when you feel called to do so, just floating that left palm down, right back over, right elbow, just gently bent. Just flowing now, overhead. Inhales up, exhale, back down. One more on this side. Before allowing that left palm to just float back down, and just with that gentle movement, it's already an awakening down the back line of the body. It may be that you need to uncross the legs and change one leg in front of the other. If it feels uncomfortable to be seated for too long, you can have your legs out long. This time we're going to take both hands up overhead on the inhale. Nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we rotate from the torso and we allow the left fingertips to just settle on top of the right thigh or knee, and the right fingertips just rest behind you on your mat, just behind your sit bones. Nice long spine, nice deep breath in, relax both shoulders. As you exhale out, you can take a little bend into the right elbow and the left elbow. Just find a little bit of a deeper twist if it's within your practice today. Nice deep breath in, nice exhale out. So again, being kind to yourself, not over rotating, just finding space where it feels comfortable, just taking out any forcing. With the next inhale, both hands rise up overhead. The exhale, floating the hands down by the sides, dipping the chin towards the chest. This time as we inhale, both hands come up overhead. As we exhale, we rotate in the torso. This time, right fingertips land on top of the left knee. Left fingertips just touch the mat behind your left hip. Ground through the sit bones, nice deep breath in, spine is long. Take a pause here, a nice inhale and exhale. And this may be enough for you right now. Or you may choose to take a little bit deeper rotation. By doing so, you take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the spine, and this time as you exhale out, bend gently into the left elbow and the right elbow. Just take a little bit of a deeper twist, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Try and take out any tension in the hand, in the right shoulder, and just pause here to take a nice deep breath in. Nice exhale out. And then inhaling, hands back overhead. Exhaling, floating hands all the way down to the earth. Just pause here for a moment. Just become aware of how the body is just warmed up. We're just going to take the legs long out of the cross-legged position and just flex and point the toes now. Just a little bit of movement into the lower part of the legs. It's not going to get you to stand up. It is purely a short half an hour teaching here of just becoming aware of what Yamas are all about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to invite you to lay down. And so slowly taking yourself from a seated position into a lying position. It may be that you feel comfortable to stay seated, and this body scan, it's totally up to you and what feels good. So it's finding a comfortable position, either laying down or sitting up tall, and just continuing to keep your eyes closed if that feels good. And then bringing your awareness back to your breath with slow, steady inhales and nice, slow exhales. So we begin by bringing our awareness to our breath, by allowing it to move freely through you and without trying to change it. Now visualize a seed of integrity planted at the base of your spine. This seed holds the 5 Yamas, your ethical foundation. And as we scan through your body this morning, or wherever you are, whatever time you do this replay, just let this seed root into every part of you. So to your feet and to your legs, feel your feet soften. Sense ahimsa here, non-harming in every step you take. Your ankles, your calves and your knees relax. Just let go of any tension and striving. Just know that you are enough. Now bring your awareness to your hips and your pelvis. Feel asteya here. You do not need to take more than what is freely given. Allow your body to sink into the ground that you lay on or you're seated on with honesty and ease. Now bring your awareness to your belly and your lower back. Feel your breath rise and fall through your belly. Invite in Satya here. Truth lives in your body, in each inhale and exhale. Just let your belly relax into truthfulness. Now bring your awareness to your chest and your heart. Notice your chest, your ribs and your heart center rise and fall with each breath, inhaling and exhaling. Here is Brahmahara, a place of balanced energy, not excess or depletion. Just breathe gently with self-respect. And now to your arms and your hands. Bring awareness to your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and your hands. Softly rest your hands open. So this is a pigra where letting go of what you grasp. You hold only what is needed. The rest is free to fall away. Now to your neck, your face and your head. Sense ease in the neck, the jaw, the eyes and the forehead. Just feel the crown of your head lightly resting into stillness. Let your whole body settle into ethical alignment, peaceful, grounded and whole. So as you lay your seat here and we come to the close of our body scan, you can silently or aloud to yourself Repeat, I am at peace. This is ahimsa. I am at peace. I am aligned with my truth. And I live in balance and kindness. Just allow that to settle deep into your body. Allow your breath to deepen. Allow your fingers to gently wiggle and movements of your toes as you interconnect back to an awareness of the outside world and the connection of your body with its movement. Making any gentle movements that you need to through your feet, your legs, your seat, your spine, your shoulders, your head and your neck. Maybe drawing your knees towards your chest if you're laying, and just slowly wherever you are. If you are seated, it's fine, but if you're laying, just roll onto one side, pause, and then very slowly when you're ready, just rise to a seated position, just carrying this ethical clarity with you. So as we close this body scan, just invite you to move from this place today, wherever and whatever time you choose to do this practice. If it's this morning, before you start this day, move from this place with peaceful action, truthful speech, and compassionate hearts. And if it's later on in the day, still take this with you to close out the remainder of your day, whatever that looks like for you. So hopefully I've kept on time, a short half an hour practice that just embodies the yamas, the first limb of the 8 limbs of our yoga journey. So thank you for being here with me. Apologies for being a little bit late for turning up, but better late than never, hey? And so today, just to close, the yamas invite us to live with integrity, compassion and awareness, and the roots of a life aligned with yoga. And this is what I'm going to be bringing over the next 8 weeks of my teaching. So you don't need to understand it all. My yoga is about teaching you to feel it as much as it is to just do the practice. So I'd love to hear in the comments which yama spoke to you today and how you may choose to weave it into your daily life for the week ahead until I teach the next second limb. And of course, if you'd like to go deeper, you can join me in my yoga classes. So Tuesday class next week, there's no class on Thursday or Saturday this week, so you still have a chance to join me in person to get the full teaching of an hour of the first limb of yoga on Thursday of next week and Saturday of next week in a face-to-face class. So this is quite nice that I've come on here because it's like a little introduction online, but if you want to go deeper with me, you can in face-to-face. And I'm going to be recording the first limb, a full hour's class, so that I can share this in the future with teachings online, because that's what I intend to try and do as well, so that if you can't join me face-to-face, you can always catch up in an hour's class online with me. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, may your roots be steady and your path be filled with kindness. Take care and have a lovely day, whatever part you are joining me on it. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.